But after the attack, if you step into it and then present the blade behind you an additional spin, you offend and also essentially kind of do a sweeping deflection around your back as you spin. And so you attack, you bring it around, and then you end with another attack. So it's essentially a 3-step motion.
Shadowversity.
Check out these awesome Shadowversity hoodies that we now have available for you guys right now.
These things we've been working on behind the scenes for a couple of months, and we are very proud to finally be bringing these things to you. But everybody can pick up one of these for a nice, affordable price.
I call these stealth medieval, where it's not so out of the ordinary. People think that's weird, why you're wearing it, but also to the keen observer, they will see that's a Burgundy.
Finally some merch that you can wear in public and it's okay. We're very happy to bring these to you guys. Links in the description, check them out. They support the channel, and yeah. Really
high quality, by the way. No expenses spared. These rivets are sewn on. We've got stealth logos. The material is nice. It's got you know, some thickness to it. I love them. This is gonna be a standard jacket I'm wearing. Check them out. Grab one yourself while they're there. Limited time, so grab them while we have them available. Greetings, I'm Shad, and I got something pretty cool to share with you. It's a little bit of speculation. Okay, look, here's the thing. I love Elden Ring, all right? Really enjoyed it, done live streams, playing it and everything, yet I criticize the things I love because I want them to get better if there are areas of improvement. And one of the things that I did criticize in Elden Ring, amongst others, was some of their weapon animations. Others were brilliant, like weapon animations for the Daikatana. There were some really good ones, but the animations for great swords and then the huge big swords, specifically the animation for the great swords and colossal swords, there were definite areas of improvement. Now, people pushed back and said to me, Shad, if you change the way you said, make them more historically, you know, founded and viable, that would ruin the gameplay. And to push back on that and also give myself a bit of a challenge, I made a video where I remade the Elden Ring animations while keeping the exact timing the same, but made the movements more historically valid, more functional just in terms of functional, valid, realistic swordsmanship, while keeping the same hitboxes, speed, timing, and to show that it can actually be done. When I look at it, the fact that we nailed that timing so well in the demonstrations, I love that video. It's one of the favorite videos I ever made. Now that video got a bit overshadowed with another video I did when I criticized some elements of the storytelling. And the takeaway of it though, is that I love Elden Ring and I love the story. I just felt that there were ways that they could improve the way players interact with the story of the game. That's all beside the point. We're focusing on the animations, okay? Because something has happened. And in the DLC, there is something new. There is a move that is now present. So we've seen the footage of the DLC that's about to come out, and there is a new weapon and a move with that new weapon that is identical to one of the moves I suggest would be really, really cool. So first off, one of my points of criticism was that the swords were being shown to be too heavy. They were big, wide, clunky hits when, look, real swords, this is in the, you know, just in the greatsword range, okay? These things are not heavy. And the moveset showed them to be these big, heavy metal bars. And then I redid the animations showing, no, look, you can actually do these movesets in a much more realistic, functional way that shows the weapons being much lighter and effective. Well, now, in the Elden Ring DLC, there is a new weapon category called Light Greatsword, which is like, That was one of the very kind of points of feedback I was giving, that, you know, great swords can be very, very light. Now there's a new category of great sword, and in that category there is a move which is identical to the spin move I suggest. Granted, it was for the colossal sword, but it's the exact same move, and right down to some of the specifics of how it's executed. So in the colossal sword animation there is a spin, and in my first suggestion of improvement I don't add a spin in, but then I suggest there is a way that you could actually do a more historically valid spin. But after the attack, if you step into it and then present the blade behind you an additional spin, you offend and also essentially kind of do a sweeping deflection around your back as you spin. And so you attack, you bring it around, and then you end with another attack. So it's essentially a 3-step motion where it's attack, spin, hit, and then attack again. So that is the moveset, and it's a way that you can incorporate a spin in a much more historically valid, defensible and martially valid way. You can see me suggest it in the original video right here. Interestingly, I do think there's a way to incorporate a more precise spin attack for that last move. And so let's try and do a variant that incorporates a spin. And now, with the Elden Ring DLC, let's have a look at the light greatsword animation. And you see the character step in and look at right there! Spinning kind of back. And the reason why I find this significant, they've animated it perfectly. The way that you want this to work, right, is when you go in for the attack and you're moving around, you want the blade, so it's going to be a fast motion, but you want the blade to be angled downwards, like that. If it's too high, you're not hitting anyone. So it needs to be down, offend, and then end. Okay, so look, it would just be very cool if FromSoft did actually see my video, took inspiration from it, and that's why we see this exact move in the Light Greatsword set. Maybe, but probably not. If you have a competent swordsman, they could come up with some more effective moves. Though this one is like particularly, am I biased? So much better than the standard animations you have with the Greatsword and Colossal Swords, right? And so it feels like they must have got someone else different to do this new animation versus the old ones. But maybe they just got someone who was more competent with European swordsmanship and added that in. And if that's the case, I'm still thrilled because it's such a better animation. And it's showing greatswords to be light, maneuverable, effective, not these cumbersome, heavy bars of steel. But it is very cool. And you should check out the original video because I'm really proud of that one. Nailed the timing perfectly. There's a link right here. Check it out. Hope to see you there and hope to see you in the future. Farewell.